Marsha Blackburn. Senator Blackburn, welcome, ma'am. As always, it's great to see you. You probably heard a little bit of the back and forth with Mr. Greenway, former National Security Director. What's your read on it? I mean, Trump is saying tough. The G7 or the G6 in Calgary wanted a statement, some kind of statement that would call for de-escalation. Trump said he wouldn't sign it. What do you think, ma'am?
I think President Donald Trump has been very clear about his foreign policy for the last decade, and people know that. And he has set his foreign policy. It is up to him as to how he chooses to implement that, and I back President Trump on this.
So, as you see it right now, why not let Israel be Israel, and why shouldn't the United States help Israel? This seems to me as a historical moment, A, to cripple and denuclearize Iran, and maybe B, the Iranian street would rise up and get rid of this malocracy, this police state, this terrorist police state. I mean, I think, you know, now's the time, Senator Blackburn.
And indeed, we continue to hear from people who are Iranians that live here in the U.S.,
right.
People that escaped after the Shah, that there are young people in Iran who are waiting and are hopeful that they are going to be able to see a change in what is happening in that country. And of course, we know that you are not going to get peace if Iran has a nuclear weapon. And that's pretty much a known fact. And you are going to continue to see destabilization if you have Iran with enough money to fund their proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. So I think those are known facts. Those are things that are really not disputed, Larry. And I think we're all very hopeful and prayerful for Israel and the citizens that are there, the Americans that are in Israel. And we know that there are many young Iranians that are hopeful they're going to see a change in their country.
Yeah, this is Persian diaspora we've been talking about. Investors, bankers, entrepreneurs, New York, Washington, D.C., L.A. I think you're exactly right. I actually know some of them. Maria Bartiromo had the Shah's son. She had the Shah's son on her Sunday show yesterday. And, you know, he talked about the possibilities of regime change. But it has to come from within. My point, Senator Blackburn, as much as I want regime change and then the malocracy, we can't do it. There's no nation building here. It has to come from the so-called Iranian street. I reckon you would agree with that.
Yes, indeed. We all know individuals that escaped, came to Iran, have received their U.S. citizenship. And as you said, they're wonderful entrepreneurs. They're wonderful community citizens and participants. And I know that many of them are very hopeful that they will see things change in Iran.
One more last minute or so, Senator. I hate to even braze it, but are you going to cut our taxes soon? One big, beautiful bill. How are we doing, ma'am?
We are making progress. Voices are being heard. People are weighing in. My hope is that we are in short order going to be able to make the 2017 tax cuts permanent, do the same for R&D, bonus depreciation, expensing, and then add in no tax on tips over time and eliminate taxation on Social Security benefits. You know, that really is a double taxation. It's an issue I've worked on for years, and I am very hopeful that we are going to soon head down the home stretch in this.
I hate to even ask this one, but I know there was a July 4th deadline. Some deadlines are better than others. What do you think about it?
I think it's a very good thing to have a July 4th deadline. And if we don't get it finished, we will be here and working to get that bill to the president's desk so he can sign it by July 4th. And the American people will know that they are going to receive the largest tax cut in history.
Count me in, Senator Blackburn. Me too. July 4th. It's a wonderful day. Senator Marsha Blackburn, great state of Tennessee. Thank you, man. Really, really appreciate it. All right, folks, coming up.